Hello, hope you're well. Today I'm going to be just taking you through what we're going to be doing in English in terms of assessing Year 11s this year and how we're going to go forward from now up until May when students will say farewell to us and would have completed their assessments in English. So in English, we obviously study two qualifications. That's English language and English literature. Now, in English language, we actually look at paper one and a paper two. So initially, students would have completed an assessment in explorations in creative reading and writing, and a paper two looking at writers' viewpoints and perspectives. In English literature, they would have also studied two papers. So paper one would have looked at Macbeth and the Sign of the Four, whereas paper two, students would have been assessed on their knowledge of An in Spectacles or Blood Brothers, depending on what they had studied throughout the years. Some power and conflict poetry and some unseen poetry. When we came back in September, it was decided that students had missed so much in terms of learning that we would no longer assess students on their knowledge of power and conflict poetry. So all was going pretty swimmingly up until then, and then obviously lockdown part two happened, and so suddenly we had to reevaluate everything, and in particular the fact that the government had decided that to suspend exams as we know them, and for teachers to actually provide grades for students. So it's very important as a result that we therefore get the evidence and we make it as fair as possible for our students. So therefore, we revisited the fact that we were initially going to be assessing students in paper one and paper two in English language, and we needed to revisit what we were going to do in English literature. So we've decided to take paper two out in terms of what we're going to assess students in up until students leave Baysgarth, simply because our students weren't necessarily as prepared as they could have been for paper two because we lost so much learning time. And in terms of English literature, we've decided to no longer study the play Macbeth because, again, we just found we missed too much learning time to truly give students the opportunity to prepare for that text. And we are now getting rid of unseen poetry. So that means now students will be assessed in explorations in creative reading and writing in their English language. And in terms of GCSE English literature, they'll be looking at the Sign of the Four, and the Spectacles or Blood Brothers, depending which text they studied out of those two. Students now are aware of what they're going to be studying every single week and where there are assessment checkpoints, and this has been shared with students. So what we plan to do is, up until the Easter holiday, there will be an opportunity for students to complete mini assessments in class. These assessments will allow us as a team and me as a head of faculty to start looking at students in terms of a rank order throughout the year, and also build up a bank of evidence that is necessary in case the examination board want to quality assure how we're actually assessing students here at Baysgarth School. Students know when these assessment checkpoints are, and it's really important to get across to students and to parents that these in no means will be set in stone, as in this will formulate your final grade. These mini assessments are still formative in the way that we assess them, in the sense that we as teachers will give feedback to students with regards to any strengths and areas that they need to develop ahead of them actually completing their final exams in May, which will truly be a reflection of where our students are in terms of rank order and allow us to fairly assign grades to students in a manner that is ethically right and reflects a student's ability and what they've achieved here at Baysgarth School. I hope you found this useful. Please get in contact with me via email if you have any further questions. Until then, I wish you and the students at Baysgarth all the best as we seek to overcome this hurdle, as it were, but do it in the best possible way that will be beneficial to the students at Baysgarth School. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.